Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be taking you through 5 things that are offensive to Ghanaians. Now a couple of these things you could probably do unknowingly, unwittingly, but you have to be really careful because it's quite easy to offend someone, especially in a culture that perhaps you're not completely familiar with. But anyway, let's dive straight in with it. Okay, so number 1 is using your left hand. The left hand is considered a dirty hand. This is the hand that people assume that you do all kinds of dirty things with. You can use your imagination for whatever you want to use it for, but this hand is not the hand you use for taking or giving anybody anything, especially food. This was something that I learned as a child so many times, and actually, in actual fact, if you lift this hand to grab something from someone, I mean, when I was younger, I've been smacked on the hands many times until it got into my head that I should not be using this hand. So please learn that one very quick. Do not take or receive. Do not take or give anything with your left hand. It is offensive. Number 2. Now this is gonna sound like a silly one, but it is true. Farting. Yes, that's right. You know, everybody knows what a fart is, right? Yeah, farting. It is offensive to do that in public. I mean, it should be offensive anywhere. I mean, you shouldn't be comfortable with just farting out in public. But if you do, don't do it in Ghana. It is considered extremely rude, even more so than anywhere else. It is considered extremely rude. So please, if you need to fart, go somewhere private and do it in a corner somewhere where there's no one around and no one ever knows what happens. Just do it somewhere and no one can smell it. Do it over there. Number 3, fighting. Now this one I find really quite funny because you get into arguments all the time, especially when it comes to like driving, because of the way that they drive in Ghana. Everybody drives like bumper to bumper, and it's like you don't give space to other people to drive. Like if someone's turning and you know you're in traffic, you kind of give space to the person to turn, but not in Ghana. You move up. You block the person from turning, even though they could freely go and you're not going anywhere. People still block up the lane like that, and it's highly irritating. And lots of arguments break out because of it. It gets crazy. So fights generally can erupt from stuff like this. But when I say fights, we're not talking physical fights. Ghanaians, in fact, in the whole time I've been there, I don't think I've ever really seen someone fight here. You just don't fight. You argue like nose to nose arguing, but a fight never breaks up. For you to fight in Ghana it's just like disrespectful. It's like, what are you doing? That is taking it too far. You can do everything else, but you cannot fight, or you should not fight. It is offensive. It's like, that's just like, it's almost as if it's low to them. So you don't want to fight. So whether you think, you know, because we have this thing in the West where, you know, when you get into an argument, it can easily turn to fighting, fisticuffs and all that, but not here. You just don't do it. So argue as much as you want, but never ever put up your fists to fight. Don't do it. Another one that is offensive is calling somebody silly. Believe it or not, even if you do it in jest, it is offensive. Just don't do it. You can swear and all of that. People won't even mind you swearing. In fact, swearing in Ghana it's like nothing. It's like saying the. It just doesn't mean anything. People just won't even. It just doesn't mean anything. But if you call someone silly or even stupid, it is highly offensive to the person. And in fact, if you're caught saying that to someone, everybody will jump in on you because it's really rude. Yeah, you cannot. Especially, so basically the word for silly or stupid in Ghana is kwasia. And if you use that word, it's like, hey! You just can't do it. It's really rude. So don't be doing that. Okay. The next one, there is a gesture that is used in Ghana. Some people use it, but you shouldn't. It's really rude, and it's this one. This might not look like much to you, but this actually means that you're insulting somebody's mother. So if you see somebody doing this, they're really trying to get on your nerves, because this is rude. It is really offensive, and you never pull out this unless you really mean it, or you really want to hurt someone's feelings. As little as this action seems, it is really rude. So just be careful with that one. If you see other people doing it, don't just think, oh, that looks kind of cool, and go and do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Another one. This is a bonus tip for you. Another thing. Being on time. Ghanaians are never on time. In fact, Africans are never on time. That's why we call it, we have our own GMT. It's called Ghana Man Time. We are never on time for anything. If you're one of these people that turns up on time or early anywhere, you will be sitting alone until the person is ready to turn up. I have heard people say, oh yeah, let's meet tomorrow between 2 and 4. So which one is it, like 2 or 4? Yeah, but somewhere between 2 and 4 we'll meet. It's like, okay. And that's like the norm. It's terrible, but that's offensive to us. It's not offensive to Ghanaians. Ghana Man Time, what can I say? Anyway guys, I hope that you have learned a little something today. 5 things that are offensive to Ghanaians. Just don't do them. Try your best, otherwise you're gonna have a whole crowd around.